as those churches should. They say something doesn't add up when a pastor makes a lot of money, drives a luxury car, and yet the people who live near his church are in poverty. A scuffle inside the sanctuary after New Era Detroit protests during a worship service. Let's go. Zeke, the leader of the group, offered no apologies for the dust-up at Great Faith Ministry Saturday, only the reasoning behind it.
This situation is bigger than just Wayne T. Jackson. This is about black churches and black pastors who live a lavish life on behalf of the people, and they're not giving back to their community.
He's referring to Bishop Wayne T. Jackson, the wealthy pastor that welcomed Donald Trump, drives a Rolls Royce, and lives in a mansion. Zeke was there for the offering Saturday.
When they started the offering at $1,000, and then they said if you don't got $1,000, then do $300. And if you don't got cash, then we got ATM machines. I don't understand that logic. I don't understand that way of thinking, and I don't understand that to be what religion is.
New Era Detroit says the neighborhood surrounding Great Faith Ministries is by and large impoverished.
This guy has networks, churches, fancy cars, you know what I mean, $1 million houses, and it's babies in this community that's going without food at night. Somebody has to be frustrated about this enough to do something that would get people's attention. And that's what
Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah Hashem, Yahawashi, Hashem, Kwakwidash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the Akim who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity, as well as a speckled bird that may look like the other nations, but are actually, holy shit. Yasharala, his brother Kawakub, coming at you with no lesson. Today's lesson is going to be on this whole fight broke out in church after pastor asked for $1,000 tithe from each member. They misspelled member, but whatever. Basically, that is insane to me, where you got a freaking pastor who's saying, hey, everyone, I know, but X, Y, and Z, I know you guys are poor as shit, you can't afford the shit that I do, but hey, just have faith and give me do the work of the Lord, give the Lord $1,000 fucking yeah, from your hard-earned money, even though I know for damn sure you don't have that money. So if you can't do 1,000, just give me 300. It's you're not doing a good job, but hey, I'll put in a good word for you. I'll say that you tried your best. Just give me the 300 instead. I'll take the 300 and stuff like that. Which that is insane. It's insane that this man is rich as fuck, owns mansion, own a mansion. I don't know if he had multiple, but he owns at least one mansion. He owns multiple expensive cars, and honestly, well, let me stop. But basically, at the point where he has money, not because he's working, but because apparently, that's why I'm obviously see what's going on here. All right, these pastors, they make money off of their Sunday services, and it's not. What's even funny is it's not even that hard to make a whole ass sermon. All it is just a yap fest of some generic bullshit. All right, and it's just a yap fest. All they do is just say some generic bullshit for an hour or two, and then okay, well, tithe like 3 times or some shit like that, where I don't understand. Like, this is so baffling to me. But Jake is not even the wealthiest. They have the least amount of money, and they spend damn near the most out of all ethnic groups. I think I heard that before, where so-called black people spend more than any other ethnic group or something like that, in the sense of, like, I don't know, I forgot what the statistic is, because that obviously those numbers don't add up. But I will say that when it comes to spending and budget management, Jake has the worst. Because there was this one time this one Edomite YouTuber, okay, he had said, this one Edomite YouTuber, he was doing one of those things where he was giving a random homeless guy like $5,000 or some shit like that, and then he said, hey, and then he did a follow-up to talk to them and say, hey, is everything okay? Are you doing well? But then he said that the poor guy that he gave it to, because I saw it was a Jake, he had said that he went and spent it all on fancy clothes rather than trying to get himself back together or trying to help himself out in some way, shape, or form. They were basically, so that's why they said, YouTubers like them that actually want to help people. Apparently, that one YouTuber, because it was not no Mr. Beast. I know it was Mr. Beast that said it, but it was another one, old one. I don't remember their name, but they said that they just stopped giving large life-changing amounts of money to homeless people, because the homeless people, they would never actually try to better their situation. They would only buy some bullshit ass temporary fix, and then they would just be homeless again in a short amount of time, in a week or so. So that was basically it. That was basically what was going on, where when it comes to our spending habits, this is what we're doing. And I will admit, it's a bit of a combination of two things. Yes, Jake does not have as good as self-control as they need, but at the same time, life has gotten to a point where, oh, actually, wow, funnily enough, look at this. I don't understand what we're living for, where people are kind of like, what are they living for? They might as well just live in the moment and stuff like that. So bear with me one moment, Slakia. Slocky. So as I was saying, what are we living for? What are we putting our effort and time into? That there's a reason to do this, and apparently, people instead of just saying, okay, well, I'm going to save this, I'm going to put something in this, I'm going to put some money towards this to kind of help my situation out a bit, and instead, it's just the same spiraling into the same foolishness or whatever, the same folly, rather than helping themselves out. I can definitely see the appeal, all right, where it's just like, okay, well, you finally got money, you want to do all the stuff that you want to do. You don't want to go struggle and work hard to make things better, but we have to endure. We have to do our best to improve our situation and stuff like that, as little as we can, in however way we can. But yeah, that's basically it. So let's continue on with these precepts. Matthew chapter 23 verse 9, and call no man your father upon the earth, for one is your Father which is in heaven. And this is the thing that people do. People call these pastors, priests, or whatever, their father. They say, oh, Father Johnson, Father this or whatever, and stuff like that, rather than only having YAHAWASHI as their heavenly Father, because there is no Father. And even then, look at whom they called their father. It was this dude that was taking their money and just using it to spend on them on himself, where he has these nice cars, he has his mansion and all this stuff, and way more money. He's living like a king, and everyone else is just giving it. It's like tax, but he's not providing anything in return. All right, like all he's doing is just telling them these bullshit ass feel good things. But where's it's supposed to be? That's supposed to be like a community thing. All right, and even then, I forgot. I dead ass forgot. But the thing about tithing was supposed to be about for charity, kind of like helping other people out, which even I think, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure that in the Muslim community, when they give their charity offering thing, whatever it's called, they don't take it for themselves. They actually use it to help their people out. I'm pretty sure. Do not quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what their thing is for. All right. So as a result of that, that is what not necessarily surprises me, because I expect this from Babylon, because that's the mindset, that's the teaching, the customs that Esau has put on our people and just in general in his society. All right. No, nothing good. Luke 11 verse 10, for everyone that asketh receiveth, and he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it down it shall be open. Verse 11, if a son shall ask bread of any of you that is a father, will he give to him a stone? Or if he ask a fish, will he for a fish give him a serpent? Or if he shall ask an egg, will ye offer him a scorpion? If ye then, being evil, know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your heavenly Father give the Holy Spirit to them that ask him? So basically the thing here is that if you, as someone that is not as good as YAHAWASHI, or if you, let's just say that you are the most evil person on the earth, all right? If you know how to give good gifts, or the wicked know how to give good gifts, all right, I'm going to take it away from the whole you thing. So I'm changing it to the wicked know how to gift each other. They gift each other good things and stuff like that. DJT had given good gifts and got good gifts from his circle of evil, all right? Or good gifts to them, I guess. I don't know. Or stuff that they actually wanted and used. And if they know how to give good gifts, then how much more are you going to give good gifts to your heavenly brothers and sisters and stuff like that? All right, your brothers and sisters through the Spirit. So as a result of that is the things that we really need to reflect on, where giving good gifts comes in place of actually being sincere and doing the things that are right and proper. Because you're not going to say to someone that's starving, just go be filled. Which actually, let's get that over here in James chapter 2 verse 14. What doeth it profit, my brethren, though a man say he hath faith and hath not works? Can faith save him? If a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food, verse 16, and one of you say unto them, depart in peace, and be ye warmed and filled, notwithstanding ye give them not those things. 16, verse 16, and one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled, notwithstanding ye give them not those things which are needful to the body, what doeth it profit? So basically the thing here is that you're saying, I care about my brother, I care about my sister, but yet they're naked, they're hungry and stuff like that. So instead of actually giving them the food that they need, and instead of actually giving them the things that they need, you just say, go be filled, be warm, or I'll pray for you, this and the third. Instead, when you have the supply, when you have the resources to help them out, then what does that profit? All right. Yes, you might say, you might pray for someone, and prayer is definitely good, of course, but there's a difference between physically helping and what's it called, acting insincere. Because there's this thing. Let me actually get this. I want to get this so I can show you. It's Sirach 12, I think. 12? I don't think it's 12. Yes, it's 12. Sirach chapter 12, verse 1. When thou wilt do good, know to whom thou doest it, so shalt thou be thanked for thy benefits. Do good to the godly man, and thou shalt find a recompense, and if not from him, yet from the Most High. There can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil, nor to him that giveth no alms. So basically the thing here is that when you're doing good to someone, know who is it you're doing good. And when you're doing good, then it's like a test, to so to speak, where okay, you were given an opportunity to help a brother out, because that's the thing here, where YAHAWASHI, he sends his children to his other children, so that okay, hey, this brother, because that actually happened with Job. When it came to Job, when he was after he lost everything, when all those trials and tribulations had ended, YAHAWASHI sent a whole bunch of people to say, go give Job money, go give Job this, that, and the third, and stuff like that. And Job was restored, and not just restored, he was made better than what he was before. So that is the main thing. That's the big stuff that we really need to remember, that okay, so it's through the YAHAWASHI that you're going to be blessed with great things. And it's also a community, all right, a community where when it comes to YAHAWASHI, our wealth is, because it's the same thing, like let's say as a family, right? You have a brother, your brother has $1 million, you have $100,000 and stuff like that. Your brother is not, if your brother sees, you're losing money, you're about to go broke or whatever, your brother's not going to just leave him. If he's a good brother, he's not going to just leave you to go into poverty. He's going to break bread, give you some money and stuff like that, make sure that you are taken care of. All right, and it's that same thing in a sense, as the scriptures literally say that we are brothers and sisters and stuff like that. Let's actually get that here. Mark 3:35, for whosoever shall do the will of Yahweh, the same as my brother and my sister and mother. So basically, as brothers and sisters following the same will of YAHAWASHI, not to defraud one another, but just in that spiritual familiar sense of family, then that's basically what we are. That's what we are. That's where we are family in that sense. All right, and even and again, that family thing extends. Okay, because the same way you would, if you have a good relationship with your family members, the same way you would give money freely to your brother or sister, father or mother, son, children, or whatever, is the same way YAHAWASHI wants us to be for us. Because even then, I don't know if you know, there was a time in the scriptures where it said, it was in Judges, where when an Israelite would go to a foreign land, a land that they were not, they did not live in, and they didn't have a place to stay, they would just stay with a random Israelite. And a random Israelite would say, hey, brother, you don't have a place to stay, come stay with me and stuff like that and whatnot, because again, we were just a community in that sense. All right. Verse 17, even so faith, if it hath not works, is dead, being alone. All right, so yeah, basically it is through our works. And this, you see the works of this pastor. Oh, let me keep on making money, let me keep on doing this and stuff like that, while everyone else suffers. And this is your leader, this is your father and stuff like that, a father that leaves you to suffer. All right, leaves you, as the guy had said, there are babies that go hungry at night. All right. Matthew chapter 7 verse 20. Wherefore by their fruits ye shall know them. So these are the fruits of the Lord. The fruit, this pastor demanding, maybe not demanding, but asking for $1,000, and then people getting mad about that shit, because that's a wild thing to ask. And even then, tithing is not supposed to be a set amount. Tithing is 10%. All right, 10%. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's 10% of your stuff, but yet he's over here telling these people to give way more than they can. All right, for what? For what? And what is giving that money do for anyone? Only because it only benefits him at the end of the day. And that ain't no secret. All right, that's not a secret. Everyone knows that. Matthew chapter 19 verse 23. Then said Yahawadah unto his disciples, verily I say unto you that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven. All right, a rich man shall hardly enter the kingdom of heaven. Basically, this is what's going on. And Yahawadah, he wasn't rich. He didn't live that lavish lifestyle. But yet you guys are following after someone where Yahawadah said that a rich man shall hardly enter the kingdom of heaven. And look at what this rich man, the pastor, is how he's living while you guys are suffering. All right. So yeah, that was basically it. I pray this lesson was edifying. I don't know why, how many times I'll be able to kind of go through this, but yeah, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakwakwadah, double honor to the elders and apostles, great millstone, about Shalom.